Hey guys, Matt Who's here with Sawhorse, and I'm gonna go over some of the things that I look for when I'm creating a punch list for my electricians. Now, the first thing that I look for, and it's a really obvious one, and anybody with a torpedo level can do that, is to make sure that all of the switch plates and all the outlet covers are plumb and square. And this one's about 1/4 inch off from side to side. I'm gonna quickly go over how to fix this one. Now, in addition to looking at making sure things are plumb and square, I also take my tester around. I go in and make sure that all the wires are grounded, that I've got green lights on my tester, make sure that all the switches are in fact controlling the right lights and whatnot. So quite a few things that we look for in the list, but in this video, we're gonna mainly talk about how to go around and fix some of those aesthetic things. Now, this is not to pick on my electricians. Every electrician does this. I've got several pet peeves that I'm looking for when I'm trying to fix this. So I'm gonna use this cover plate right here because it's one of the more difficult ones. It's a quad, and I'm gonna talk about how to fix this and how you can apply this to the double switches, double outlets, and also if you're just dealing with a single one. All right, so let's take a look at this, and I've got a torpedo level. Now, to make this level, the bubble is in the middle right there, and that's about 1/4 inch off from side to side. So you're probably looking at 3/8 of an inch off over 12 inches, which is not great. So let's talk about quickly how we can fix this. Now we got the cover plate off. What we want to do is see where we need to make the adjustments. Does not look like we have a lot of play in this. I'm thinking some of this might be the actual box itself is being pushed down by the drywall a little bit. So we'll try to make a quick cut in that. Now, if you're making a simple adjustment, you don't necessarily need to worry about turning the breakers off. But since we're going to be doing some cutting around this to bring the box up a little bit, to make it level, I'm going to go ahead and turn these breakers off. All right, now here's my last pet peeve. You need to make a decision on which way the screws go. I'm gonna choose where they go up and down. I've looked around at the screws in this particular project and they're going every which way. It's really a personal preference. It just looks nicer if they're all in the same direction. You don't want to over tighten them because this is a plastic plate. If you over tighten it, a crack can form. Now we're going to make some of the same adjustments on this outlet. Now we have two different things going on here. One, it is not level top to bottom. It's actually out, I don't know, probably 1/8 of an inch, but it's enough to notice. And you also have this sticking out on the bottom, which means that the outlet is not flush to the box. So let's take the cover off first, make the adjustments on the outlet, and then put the cover plate back on. While I've got this off, I'll go ahead and just use my tester. And it is green, so it's correct, but one thing the tester is good for is you can kind of use it to bend the wires in the right direction. And it was twisted a little bit this way, so I just put a little bit of torque on it this way to get it straight again. Now we put this on and it's still flanged out just a little bit, so I'm thinking that just needs a little bit of encouragement. Again, these aren't super flexible, but with some you'd actually break it by doing this, but just to make sure that I'm just looking down at the straight edge and it looks like it's twisted a little bit, so Hopefully that was able to take it out. Looks like it was. So it looks like we were able to take out most of that gap with that adjustment. Now, to be fair, the first one, the light switch, probably wouldn't blame the electricians as much. They probably should be cognizant of if it's level or not, but that's really on the drywall guys. But here's the thing, as soon as you touch it and it's not level, I'm gonna point it out, and it's automatically your fault. You need to make sure that you make these adjustments. Now, the second one definitely was on the electrician. I'm also gonna put part of the blame on the actual quality of the cover plate. If you use one that's a little bit more flexible, that can bend with the wall a little bit, it's a little bit better. Because when the light hits it a certain way, you can see those shadows and those gaps around it. Doesn't look good. We're able to take it from probably 3/16 of an inch down to 1/16, which is much better. Again, still not perfect. Probably can go to the store and buy one that's a little bit more flexible, that can hug the wall a little bit better, and it'll be much better quality. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And I've got another video loaded in the upper right-hand corner if you want to check it out. It's how to install a screwless cover plate, which looks much better than these. Again, these are more builder grade, which, you know, is honestly, it's not bad. It's what most people have out there. It's kind of utility grade. But if you want to upgrade the look and go without the screws and go with the screwless cover plate, again, they're much easier to install. They're much easier to level, and they look nicer long term. Thanks again, and see you guys next time.